What happens when you reunite with your first love after years apart? Do you hold on tight, or do you run away? All These Years is a Chinese romantic drama that explores this question through the story of Chen Jianxia and Li Ran, two souls who found each other in the darkness, only to be torn apart by circumstance and time. Our story begins in 2019 in the freezing city of Harbin in northeastern China. Chen Jianxia returns from Shanghai to visit her ailing father. As she sorts through old belongings in her childhood room, memories flood back, transporting us 14 years into the past. In 2005, a younger Chen Jianxia arrives at the prestigious Zhenhua Senior High School. She's a girl who lived in a patriarchal environment since childhood, where her mother constantly favored her younger brother over her. This family dynamic has left deep scars. She feels worthless except for her academic achievements. She's been sent from her small hometown to this elite school because of her excellent grades, carrying the weight of being the family's hope while never quite being their favorite. On her very first day, fate intervenes. She literally bumps into Li Ran, a wealthy, rebellious boy who seems to be coasting through life without a care. He's charming, pushy, and everything she's not: confident, carefree, privileged. When he later breaks into her dorm room, she's terrified. It's her first time away from home, in a city she doesn't know, with no friends to turn to. But Li Ran isn't what he seems. Despite his troublemaker reputation, he's rebellious but kind-hearted. That night, they meet again at a CD shop, and something shifts. His playful energy gives her something she's never had before: self-confidence. He became the only light in Chen Jianxia's life. High school life isn't easy for Chen Jianxia. She faces bullying from UCC, a cruel classmate who falsely accuses her of stealing a CD player. The accusation is humiliating and public. Alone and ashamed, Chen Jianxia runs from the confrontation, but Li Ran finds her and takes her to an exclusive Western restaurant to lift her spirits. For a girl who's never felt valued, who's always been second to her brother, this gesture means everything. Someone finally sees her. Someone finally cares. Their relationship deepens, though it's complicated. Chen Jianxia calls him privileged during an argument, and for a moment their connection fractures. But then the school beauty Ling Shenqian unexpectedly befriends Chen Jianxia and invites her to a birthday party. When UCC tries to bully her again at the party, Li Ran publicly stands up for Chen Jianxia. But in a quiet moment afterward, Li Ran reveals his own truth. His family background isn't as golden as everyone assumes. He's closer to his grandfather than his own parents. His home, despite all its material wealth, lacks warmth. They're both lonely souls navigating families that don't quite understand them. "You must always be yourself," he tells her, words she desperately needs to hear, words that will echo through the years to come. By 2006, they're officially together. Chen Jianxia and Li Ran become a couple, finding in each other the acceptance and understanding they've both been starving for. She dreams of attending Nanjing University. He's resigned to taking over his father's business. Their paths seem set, their futures intertwined. Then comes 2007, and everything falls apart. When Chen Jianxia's dorm room floods during heavy rains, Li Ran does what comes naturally. He pays for her to stay in a 5-star hotel for the night while her room is repaired. It's an innocent gesture, a practical solution. Nothing improper happens between them. But UCC sees them in the hotel lobby and takes pictures. She spreads rumors throughout the school, turning an act of kindness into a scandal. The consequences are swift and devastating. Li Ran's parents complain to the school administration. Despite Chen Jianxia's insistence that nothing happened, her mother, consumed by shame and the desperate need to save face, pulls her out of the prestigious school. The family moves back to their small hometown, and Chen Jianxia is enrolled in the local high school. Everyone knows she came from the famous Zhenhua Senior High School. The whispers follow her. She's alone again, isolated in a place that feels like a prison.
She tries to adapt. She befriends a talented student named Wang Xiaoli. When Li Ran visits to patch things up, they reconnect. The feelings are still there, the bond still strong. But the separation has shown Chen Zhensha something crucial. She cannot build her future while trapped in her family's expectations and her hometown's limitations. Chen Zhensha makes a decision that will change everything. She needs to escape. She works harder than she's ever worked before and eventually earns a scholarship to study abroad in Singapore. It's her ticket to freedom, but it means leaving Li Ran behind. They part ways, each carrying the pain of separation, each wondering if they'll ever find that kind of connection again.
Years pass. It is now 2019. Chen Jiangsha has become a successful, independent woman, but she is emotionally guarded. She returns to Harbin because her father has been hospitalized. While back in her hometown, fate brings her to a car showroom. This is where she finally sees him. Li Ran is no longer the rebellious student. He is working at the dealership. The reunion is awkward and charged with years of unspoken words. They aren't the same people they were, and the tension between who they used to be and who they are now is immediate. This meeting reignites the connection they both tried to bury for over a decade. As Chen Jiangsha deals with the stress of her father's hospitalization, Li Ran steps back into her life. While her mother is still manipulative and her brother remains the family's priority, Li Ran is the only one who truly supports her. He helps her navigate the hospital system and provides the emotional stability she lacks from her own blood relatives. In these quiet, stressful moments in the hospital corridors and the car rides between, the walls Chen Jiangsha built begin to crumble. They finally confront the past, realizing that their separation wasn't because the love died, but because they were kids crushed by the weight of their circumstances. As her father's condition stabilizes, Chen Jiangsha faces her final choice. Her mother tries to guilt-trip her into staying to serve the family's needs, but Chen Jiangsha finally finds the voice she didn't have in high school. She realizes she can be a successful woman without cutting herself off from the person who truly knows her. The film ends with Chen Jiangsha and Li Ran together. As they walk through the snowy streets of Harbin, they acknowledge that all these years apart were necessary for them to grow into people who could actually choose each other. They finally stopped running, finding their way back to each other for good. True love isn't about perfect timing. It is about finding someone who recognizes your worth even when the world makes you feel invisible. Often, we must find the courage to leave familiar shores to grow, proving that our value is defined by our own resilience rather than the approval of others. Yet real connections are not severed by distance or time, they endure. The people who truly matter are those who see your light before you even find it yourself, standing by you not because you are perfect, but because they know the heart you fought so hard to protect.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe for more recaps. See you next time.